There's an unspoken rule in hip hop that rarely gets named because for a long time it was understood. Hip hop is not neutral. It never was. And beyond the five commonly cited elements, MCing, DJing, breakdancing, graffiti, and knowledge, there's also a foundational principle that holds all of it together, and that's resistance to white supremacy. Hip hop was born as a response to structural neglect, racial domination, and state violence imposed on black communities. It was never just about sound or style, it was about defiance, truth telling, and survival. Strip that resistance away, and what remains may be rap, but it's not. And that's why certain behaviors immediately place someone outside the culture. When people excuse white supremacy, prioritize non black comfort over black dignity, or enable racial disrespect, they are operating in direct contradiction to hip hop's DNA, right? And that includes the familiar scenario where someone claims, I'm not racist because I have a black friend or a black partner who just happens to constantly denigrate black people. And that person is never grounded or pro black. Their role is to provide cover, and they exist to absorb racial tension so non black people never have to self correct, never have to feel discomfort, and never have to respect boundaries. One of the first things that person gives away is the N word. And they frame it as just music or just a word. And suddenly, non black people feel authorized to cross a line that was never theirs. Once that boundary is violated, everything else follows. The jokes get looser, the stereotypes get louder, the disrespect gets rebranded as jokes. And when a pro black person finally draws the line, the response is always the same. But my black friend says it's okay. That's not a cultural exchange, man. That's extraction. You know what? It's not hip hop. That's the culture being stripped from its ethics and sold back to the system it was created to oppose. Now let's deal with the revisionist claim that hip hop was created 50-50 by non black groups, Latinos, Caribbeans, or anyone else people want to insert. If that were true, if that was true, then the ideological output would reflect it, right? Resistance to white supremacy is not optional in hip hop, it's foundational. So, where's the non black equivalent of sustained, unapologetic hip hop resistance to white supremacy? Huh? Where's the body of work comparable in scale, clarity, and consistency to what black Americans produce? Where's the movements? Not the party and the stories and the proximity claims, but the politics, the risks, the confrontation with power. Huh? Contributions are not the same as creation, and participation is not the same as leadership. Hip hop didn't just need sound, it needed a political spine. And that spine has always come from black people responding to a system designed to dominate us. And here's my opinion. If I can go through your catalog and can't find no resistance to white supremacy, no revolutionary consciousness, no challenge to power, then you do not have hip hop. You may have rhythm, you may have rhyme, you may have sales, but you do not have the culture. What you have is music that functions to entertain, pacify, and make the system comfortable. That kind of music is not neutral. It replaces resistance with compliance and aesthetics with obedience. Call it whatever you want, but it doesn't meet the definition of hip hop. So here's the ruling and here's the challenge. If hip hop was created 50-50 by non-black groups, then show me the evidence. Show me the non-black hip hop resistance to white supremacy that is equal in scale, consistency, and ideological clarity. Show me the catalogs. Show me the movements. Show me the risk. Because hip hop without resistance is not hip hop. It's just noise. And until that proof exists, this isn't a debate. It's settled.
The red, white, and blue ain't never been true. Nothing but some lies and these whenever you get through. See, once when they system is pay or stay, they don't play. This is the American way. The red, white, and blue ain't never been true. Nothing but some lies and these whenever you get through. See, once when they system is pay or stay, they don't play. This is the American way.